Freedom of belief to me, I think, stems from the freedom of expression, the right to express one's belief without fear of condemnation.
Understanding of each other's beliefs allows for a harmonious society.
I remember the first day my mom figured, I think she called me and she went like, "You this boy, don't tell me you've gone to Christ." She literally said, "No way." I'm like, what does it matter?
Shouldn't freedom of belief be a universal human right, which allows individuals to express their chosen faith without the fear of being judged, hated, even worse, persecuted? But here in Nigeria, there are some peculiar cases where more Christians are killed for their faith each year than everywhere else in the world combined. But through it all, some still comes out not as victims, but victorious.
My name is Olatunde Etiko. I'm a proud born servant of Christ.
I came from a very Islamic-rooted family. Both my parents are practicing Muslims. They prayed 5 times a day. I fancied my mom to be a spiritual Muslim warrior because she was always praying.
The eyes of God is almost the same.
Persecution as a Muslim convert that became a Christian, I don't know that I can even articulate what persecution would have looked like for me because it happened on multiple fronts. I was struggling trying to be a man of faith who'd found Christ and still be relatable with my friends.
May streams of your refreshing flow over us until our hearts are drenched with you.
And this is Mighty Zion, or Oluwakiton, it's my first son. He saved me, right? What did he save me from? What was I before he saved me? I was chased by robbers. I was like, I was chased by robbers. I've been through a lot, right? And he saved me so many times.
Hello.
How are you?
Good to see
How are you
you.
doing?
How are you?
Not bad at all. How are you doing? Good to see you. As I grew up, something had just told me that everything you needed was in God. And because I was a Muslim, I had to try to know God. That racist, I didn't know anything. And one evening, Reverend Joyisa, that's her name, she was a pastor of the church, and she insisted we were going to have a meeting at my house. So I was running away and she kept insisting. And as evening came, we all gathered into my small space, and she just said a prayer. And as I opened my mouth, it was impossible for me to speak English. I was speaking in tongues. It was so overwhelming that I burst into tears. And the transformation that happened inside me was, I became someone who was aware of how selfish I was. I remember when I was a kid, my mom would always tell me, "You're such a selfish boy. You're such a selfish boy." I was like, what's this woman talking about? So I think that the discipline from Islam made the liberty in Christ effective for me. I could see that my father had begun to admire my person. So my dad's understanding and respect for my belief, because I didn't attack his belief, and I didn't try to rub it in his face such that I disrespected their belief, because it's an insult for a man's son to leave his religion. Come to worship, love on Jesus, experience the love he had for me, and then walk with my head high, not caring what anybody said. I think that, and that was liberating. That's my pastor, by the way. Pastor Moses, come. This man is a gift to humanity. God bless you.
I love you and celebrate you too. And thank God for your journey. One of the most interesting things is the number of people that you've impacted as well.
Freedom of belief is the fact that an individual, any human being, should be able to express their belief or their religion or their faith without the fear of persecution. It just even debunks the essence of any faith, whether it's Islam or particularly Christ.
As you have heard Olatunde's story, freedom of belief should not be a gift, but a right. And this right includes freedom to be able to convert from one religion to another based on one's conviction without the fear of the future. I am Dolapo Aderinokun from Lagos, Nigeria.
Freedom of belief to me simply means I have the express freedom to believe whatever I want.
The ability to worship without fear of failure and living in peace with others.